In July, Pakistan's central government debt jumped by 537 billion rupees, reflecting the state's rising expenses. Experts say this borrowing spike is tied to a revenue shortfall that began in the first 2 days of the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. The country is stuck in a double debt trap, with nearly all tax revenue going towards servicing both domestic and foreign debt. This forces the government to keep borrowing just to stay afloat. By the end of July, Pakistan's total debt had reached 69.6 trillion rupees, up from 68.9 trillion rupees the previous month. In total, the debt rose by nearly 8 trillion rupees compared to July 2023, and the government expects to borrow 9.3 trillion rupees in the fiscal year of 2025 to cover its revenue gaps. In the 2024 fiscal year, record borrowing of 8.4 trillion rupees was done at high interest rates of 22%, straining the economy even further. Recent data from the State Bank shows domestic borrowing hit 47.7 trillion rupees in July, up from 47.1 trillion in June. Over the past year, domestic borrowing surged by 8.68 trillion rupees, and the government is expected to borrow even more in the 2025 fiscal year to keep up with debt repayment. While recent interest rate cuts are expected to lower borrowing costs, the domestic debt level is still so high that it consumes all tax revenue. The government is struggling to pay external debts to avoid default, but it's heavily taxing local businesses, leading to low growth and rising unemployment. Meanwhile, high interest rates have discouraged private sector borrowing, as most bank investments are going into government securities. This has increased debt servicing costs and limited the private sector's ability to grow its businesses.